Hello, hello! Hi, surrounded by perverts, you're first. Hope you're doing well. Turn this music down just a bit. Beep. Happy Thursday, hope you're doing well. Give me 1 second. I put my drink just out of reach. 1 second. Okay. Yay! Like it never happened. Hi! Alrighty, it is date night, Otome night. We're gonna keep going with our story. We are just 2 chapters away from finishing up this playthrough, so that's exciting. Surrounded by perverts, my day's been a little bit challenging, but I don't want to go super duper into it, but I'm a little I'm a little, well, both mentally and physically, like but it's okay. I had a little bit of a pick-me-up, and some junky food to make myself feel better. I don't do it too often, but yeah. Every once in a while, I'm just like, I need French fries. So that is what I did. But yeah, otherwise, it's been all right. Yeah, you feel that? Oh, thank you. Yeah, I hope so too. I hope that we can both, be pillars of support. So, well, I hope that your day was at least a little bit better than mine. So, did you have fun at karate yesterday? Thank you so much for popping into the snack chat. That was a lot of fun. It was, yeah, it was good. Mostly good. Man, that one cookie though, thumbs down. Like that was like a 2 for me. But otherwise, most of the other things I was very happy with, so. It was a fun class? Good. I'm glad to hear it. All right, let me get all situated here. Let's see. Last we left off, let's see. Oh, last we left off, we heard the most depressing story about our boyfriendo. It was really very tragic. The way he, yeah, it was a really rough episode last week, wasn't it? Like the people, like the sounds of people in distress, that's always really rough. For me, I get very sad about that kind of stuff very easily, and it was just like, oh no. And then on top of that, our main love interest, his dilemma, it was like, oh my goodness. It's like, here's the only way I can feel empowered, and it's still a bad, virtual hugs. Yes, you too. You got smooches yesterday. You got... It was so funny because Himina was, she's just like, oh, hey, we do like batsu, like, punishment, like stuff. What's your feeling about that? And I was like, TBD. I didn't know what the full list of it was. I was just like, I'm down to be silly, but, if you're okay with me having the option to say no if I don't know right now. And she's just like, yeah, totally. She's so nice. She's very thoughtful. And she helped me with some streamy things after stream as well. So that was very, very sweet of her. So yes, very, very lucky. Okay. Let's turn this music off entirely. Let's get to the gammon. Right. Yeah, she is. Okay. Like I said, last we left off, terrible things were happening to our boyfriendo. All right. Okay. I'm gonna try to do my best about like adjusting audio stuff on the fly a little bit. It's it's one of those things where sometimes it's like too loud, and then other times it's like too soft. So I'm gonna, Goldilocks it and find the one that's just right. Yeah, that was loud for a moment. Yeah, I can't figure. I mean, and I think it's just like by design of this game too. Like the music is like I know movies that are like that too, where it's just kind of like, oh, super duper loud. Excuse me, let me get a sip of water. Let's see. Continue. Yeah, this switch is too loud. This switch is just right. Breaks it. I always forget. Like, I feel like there were two variants of the Goldilocks story, because there was, because they're supposed to be cautionary tales for the most part. But I remember in school, they definitely, like, made it rated G for, general audience. It's like, where like the bears don't eat Goldilocks, because Goldilocks is like still asleep in the little baby bear's bed because it was just right, and I can't remember if they eat her, or if they all become friends. I don't know. You only heard the version where she runs away. I heard those two versions where runs away, gets eaten. I mean, I think gets eaten kind of is the right answer. Because she's rude. She rudely goes into somebody else's house and eats their food. I think she breaks their chair. And then she sleeps in their bed. It's just kind of like, I don't know what you thought. Don't know what you thought. But yeah. Okay. Ayame Ishiki. Is that my mom? I think that's my mom. You heard the gets eaten ending of The Boy Who Cried Wolf. Oh, yeah, that one too. A lot of gets eaten. Okay. All right, so my phone started ringing. I think that's my mom. That's right. This is the first time I told my mother about what I wanted to do. The moment I remembered, the world around me became vividly colored. The truth is, I don't want to go to Seigen University. This is exactly how I remember it. That's exactly what my mom said. But I thought she had accepted my decision, but I was wrong. I know what's coming next. I've seen this all before. If I were able to redo this moment, what would I do? But this has already happened, so... A lot of the earliest folktales and fairy tales are so harsh because society back then viewed kids as miniature adults. Interesting. Yeah, a lot of... It's interesting. They were pretty harsh, and like, I'm glad that they have been adjusted to be a lot more age appropriate, because like some of the stories that like we know and love, they're pretty messed up when you look at the source, and so I'm glad that we don't have to deal with the original Rapunzel, which is very problematic, and even the Little Mermaid, pretty problematic, so Huh? If it was what happened before, I should have said something like, I don't have a plan yet, but... Could it be that I'm getting another chance? I'm sorry, I can hear you.
ああ、よかったわ。それで、どこの大学なの？
I am getting another chance. I could answer how I wanted. Maybe if I changed my answer, it would change the way my mother responded. In that case, I can't make any mistakes. I can change my future. That's right, time loop shenanigans. The place I want to go is... It's not Sagan University, and I don't want to go into medicine. I breathed in sharply. The words I'd crafted came out rather harsh. I want to find my own path. I'm sorry. I know this is sudden, but...
あなた、何を言っているの？そんなこと今さら。ダメよ。絶対に許しません。
It's the same as before after all? Mom, please listen to me.
他の大学って言うから、てっきり医学部でも違うところを目指すのかと思っていたわ。
It's the same as before. It's exactly the same. What should I do? I tried telling her more calmly than before, but the results were exactly the same. Mom, I want to be a dancer in New York City. I want to start a food truck, Mom. I want to sell cereal at a really upscale place. I can't be so weak here. I have to be strong. Inside the school in the Hidden Realm, I faced down the 7 wonders and the fear I associated with them. I did my best and filled in the colors of the 7 corpse flowers. I have the power to overcome anything. I'm not interested in medicine. If I just go along with what my mother says, I know I'll regret it. Green Yoshi, hi! Hello, happy Thursday. Hope you're doing well. You haven't missed much. We just started. Last we left off, it was a really depressing episode. Really sad. And terrible things happening. But right now we picked up where we left off, and like we got a phone call from our mom. So we're kind of we're recognizing we have a chance to kind of redo something that happened. So, but it's kind of coming out the same. So TBD. We have to hit her with something striking to change the timeline. We got to pull the Mom, I'm pregnant card. Maybe. She's like, even more reason for you to be in the medical field. You gotta raise that baby. You need that hospital discount. Hey you. Maybe. We shall see. Believe in me. Watch over me, please. As my trembling hand held the phone, I wondered if I really would be able to do it.
そんなこと言って、具体的な進路は何も決まってないんでしょ？それなら、聖銀大学で考えてみなさい。きっと気に入るはずだから。
You're not listening. Are you even listening to me?
ええ、もちろん聞いていたわ。だから言っているのよ。何も決まっていないんでしょって。まったく。周りの子に感化されたのかしら。受験はナーバスになるって聞くし、一時の気の迷いよ。
No, it's not. That's not it at all. Mother, listen to me. Listen to what I have to say. Then say something. I don't think it's unfair to be like, okay, well, like, you know, it's fine to be like, I don't want to do this, but I don't think that, you know, I think it is fair to be like, okay, what else then? Like, if not that, then what? Yeah. You've been talking to that Yui girl, haven't you? Yeah. What about your really superstitious, culty friend? When I opened my eyes, I saw the ceiling of the nurse's office. Then the silence hit me. It was all a dream, right? Tatsuo, you're not that late. You didn't miss too much. Don't worry. Hi. Hope you're doing well. Happy Thursday. Mochi. Mochi's hissing it or growling a little bit at Moby. Sometimes when like other animals are like wiggly, Mochi gets real bossy about it and it's just like, "Hey, you're doing something weird. I don't like it." Mochi's a little tattletale. I appreciate that about her. She is a tattletale, but I I know she's just looking out for me, so. Alrighty, it was all a dream, right? Only I am allowed the wiggles, yes. You go to training on August 4th? All right, Tatsuo, that's awesome. Yay! I hope it goes well. Wait, you started at the new job, so it's all been like orientation, and now you're gonna get training? Yeah, good luck. But the dark feelings I had before I came here came rushing back to me. When I go back to the real world, I'll have to think about my future again. If I couldn't make her understand in my dreams, how could I have made her understand in real life? Yeah. What should I do? I feel so uncomfortable now. You're welcome, Tatsuo.
大丈夫ですか?
Hibiki. I saw him peep over at me from the bed next to mine. Were you here the whole time?
一応。でも、ずっと寝顔を眺めていたりだとか、変なことは一切していないので。
It's okay. Thank you. Seeing Hibiki's face flush with embarrassment, I felt my unease fade slightly.
それで、大丈夫ですか? 何か、うなされていたような。
I didn't want to make Hibiki worry. It was just a dream after all. The music right now sounds like it's about to play I Want It That Way. Maybe. I think I can pick. Yeah, I see what you mean.
とても大丈夫には見えないです。顔色も良くないままだし、まだ気分が悪いんじゃないですか?
Hello, Asian guy. How's it going? Shadow skills, right? Hope you're doing well. You haven't missed much. We just got started. Last episode was pretty, depressing. We'll say that. It was really intense. We got a lot of backstory for our boyfriendo, and now we're fine. Oh my goodness, Mochi! Stop! You leave it, please. You leave it, please. It's okay. Oh my goodness. Hey, leave it. Sorry, Mochi. Mochi making her. Oh, I got yeah. I think Mochi hears something outside. Yeah, Mochi, it's okay. It's okay. I think you're just worrying too much. Speaking of which, where is Seiya?
ここにいますよ。
I quickly raised my head and got out of bed. There, I saw Seiya sitting on a chair, flicking through what looked like papers.
あなたが起きるまで暇なので、仕事を片付けていました。
One second. Mochi, hold on. Can't be doing that. Come here. Quiet time. Alright. I'm back. Ta-da! I've been here the whole time. Mochi the guard cat. Yeah. Yes, darling. Yeah. I'm back. No. Can I get down? Can you go lay down? Can you go lay down, silly? Yes. Mochi got a boop. 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 She lets me, but she does give me like that bombastic side eye whenever I boop her. Did he bring all his work stuff with him? Seiya put all the papers together and placed them on a nearby desk.
いつも仕事熱心で感心します。相変わらずお休みは取っていないんですか?
Never?
ええ、 休みなど不要なものですから、仕事をしている時が一番落ち着くのですよ。
はあ、すごいですね。僕には想像もつかない世界です。
何もすごくはありませんよ。私なりのリラックス方法ですから。
そういうのあった方がいいですよね。僕も何か見つかるといいな。
何を言うのですか。あなたにはもう立派なリラックス方法があるでしょ
え、そんなのないですけど。
う。穴が開くほど彼女を見つめていたではありませんか。幸せそうな顔でね。
Oh, Seiya, he's outing everybody.
それは言わないでください。
Oh, that was very cute. Oh, so cute.
これは失礼。落ち着くのではなく、彼女のことが心配で仕方なかったのでしたね。
Yeah. Seiya's secretly looking out for us. I want to hear this again.
それは言わないでください。
Very cute.
ちょっと言い方を変えただけじゃないですか。もうからかうのはやめてください。
Yeah. Boo boo. Oh, you know, some people are just fun to tease. I get it. Seiya is just that person who's like poking the bruise, you know? It's just kind of like when people are just kind of like, oh, it hurts when I poke my bruise. It's like, yeah, okay. that's Seiya. He's just poking it. Be like, does that hurt? His slightly hoarse, angry voice made him look like any normal boy his age, and positively adorable. Yeah, it's not teasing if it's fun. This is the first time I've ever seen Hibiki like this. I'll quit it. I'll quit it. That's right. Before I fell asleep, there was something I wanted to ask. This may be a little rude to ask, but Hibiki, how do you and Seiya know each other? Seiya shot a fleeting glimpse at Hibiki.
彼女は知っています。僕の最後。
ならば話は早い。彼、響は自身を殺した罪で死後、地獄で罰せられたのですよ。
I've heard about that in other lore, that like one of the unforgivable things is if you do that to yourself. So yeah. Huh? I knew that Seiya acted as the Grand Warder of Hell, and that he dealt with people who committed crimes in life, but Hibiki had to pay for his crimes in hell? He had killed himself. He had committed suicide. Sorry, trigger warning, everybody. I would never have thought that suicide would damn someone to hell. Yes, self-deletion. Yes, unaliving.
まあ、彼の場合は理由が理由ですから、そこまで厳しい刑罰ではありませんでした。
That's mostly a Christian notion, less of a Japanese value. Ah, I see, I see. In Korean as well, though, because I watched a Korean drama that one of the punishments, and you know, was for somebody who did things. So, it's like the loneliest guardian or goblin. That's what it's very good. It's very, very good. So, and I don't think I'm ruining anything by saying that. Yeah, so it's very, very good. So there are degrees of punishment?
ええ。あなたが思うより、地獄はずっと合理的な場所なんです。
You heard it here, folks. Hell is a rather reasonable place, allegedly.
それに響は情緒が不安定な面もありましたからね。あまり激しくして悪霊化されても困りますし、とても緩いものでしたよ。
そこまで話さなくてもいいんじゃないですか。恥ずかしいです。
No. It's like, don't tell her what my sentence in hell was. Oh, so embarrassing. Right, that's
何を言っているのです。あなたは立派にケーキを終えました。それはとても素晴らしいことなのですよ。
Hell is just a reflection of heaven. That's an interesting thought. Yeah, Seiya, hell is actually quite nice this time of year. Hibiki's just being a little baby.
そうかもしれないけど、
I see. So I guess they met because Seiya works in hell.
大観主様はとてもよくしてくれたんです。主に心の面で支えになって、よく僕を励ましてくれました。
Sounds like you two have a good relationship. I was glad to hear that Hibiki had someone like that around him. So I guess he isn't really alone.
彼は担当した中でも特に気になっていましてね。成仏するまで目が離せません。ですから響の様子を見にこうして時折訪ねているのですよ。
Hell therapist, yeah. Hell security blanket, yeah. That's funny. I see. So that's how you have permission to enter the mirror world.
勘違いをなさっていますね。ここは私が作った世界ですから、創造主である私だけは響でも拒否はできないのです。
That's right. Hibiki once told me that someone else created this place.
実は大観主様があの鏡に術をかけてくれたんです。僕のことをいろいろと心配してくれて。
先ほども言いましたが、彼は情緒不安定なところがありますから、あまり他の幽霊と接すると感情が刺激されて悪霊化する恐れがあります。
So the one who stopped Hibiki from interacting with other ghosts was Seiya. But a wraith? Hibiki?
なので彼が一人になれる場所を提供したのです。
I had never thought Hibiki seemed unstable before. So that means he doesn't interact with a lot of ghosts here.
そうなんです。僕は心が弱いから。
It certainly was kind of Seiya to create the mirror world for Hibiki. We put him in the timeout corner, yeah. It's like, we tell him it's for his safety, but it's really for all of ours. But if that were the case, suddenly a question popped into my mind, and I posed it to the two of them. In that case, why not place Hibiki somewhere other than the school? I wouldn't want to be anywhere near the place I was kidnapped. That can't be good for his mental state.
それは
僕がここを選んだんです。確かに因縁のある土地ですけど、戻ってきた時にはもう学校が建っていて、雰囲気は明るかったし、あの鏡は大きくて入りやすいし、学校って広くていろんなものがあるから暇つぶしにも困らないなって。
School's awesome when it's not murdery. I wonder. I looked over at Seiya, but he didn't say anything. Seiya's not denying it, so maybe what Hibiki said is true, but there's something about it I don't believe.
響のことよりも今はクレハさんやユイさんに説明しに行くのが先では？突然表の世界からいなくなってあの二人は心配しているのですよ。
School's awesome when it's not prisony, yeah. When he mentioned it, I realized how that must have seemed to them. In that case, would you mind if I went back to the other realm for a moment?
もちろんです。僕も行きます。
では、私もお供しましょう。
It's good to know we can't be fully trapped by Hibiki in this world. Seiya made it so he could set us free. Returning back to the other realm, I found Kureha and Yui and explained things to them. They both looked very relieved. I'm sorry. Seiya said you two were really worried about me.
それはもちろん心配だったわ。でも、あなたが無事で本当に良かった。
Thank you, Yui.
まさかお前自ら鏡の中に入っていたとはな。また鏡の中の世界に戻るのか？
That's right. I still intend to bring this school back to the way it was before the god spirited me away. So please, just wait a little longer. You both have helped me so much. I'm sorry to have caused you so many problems.
そんなことあなたがする必要ないです。
Yui, why is your mom calling my house complaining about me being a bad influence on you? No, you guys are all supposed to be each other's alibi. You're staying at Yui's, Yui's staying at your place, and then the parents don't call each other. Yeah. The moment I bowed my head, a flustered Hibiki clung to my clothes and pulled my head upward.
僕が責任を持って彼女を返します。だから、あと少し時間をください。
Ooh, he's being real intense. Very protective. Seeing Hibiki's determination, Kureha let out a smile.
終始おどおどしていたお前が懐かしいな。今のお前なら彼女を任せられる。
クレハさん。
Seeing Hibiki look as though tears were filling in his eyes left me feeling moved as well.
それにしても心残りか。響の心残りは神下ろし事件と絡んでいるのか？
You mean my absolute demise and murder? Yeah. Oh, I forgot. Yui doesn't know about it. Yui's ears perked up as though she'd just noticed something. Saying nothing, Hibiki's gaze dropped to the floor. Hi, Carrie! Oh, okay. I'll wait till... I'll say hi to Carrie again. Hello, Free! Hi, Carrie. How are you? Thank you so much for coming in. Happy Thursday. Hope you're doing well. You haven't missed much. We, last episode was, like, really depressing. Like, we learned backstory about our poor yandere boyfriend and why he is the way he is. But, this episode, like, so far, this, chapter, we've been, just kind of... We were in the mirror world, and now we've stepped out because our friends were worried about us. So, yeah. Yeah. You're doing good just playing some games? Nice, nice. Seeing this, Yui dropped to the floor and bowed low to Hibiki.
私の父がしたことは全て私のせいです。本当にごめんなさい。
That's not Yui's fault that her dad was crazy. Looking distressed, Hibiki's face contorted.
せめてもの罪滅ぼしとしてあなたが成仏できるよう私もお手伝いさせてください。
その
お願いします、響さん。
僕
Seeing the pained look on his face, I began to worry. This isn't good. If this were to cause some kind of mental trauma for Hibiki... Yui, please leave Hibiki's crossing over to me. With that, Seiya, who'd been silent until now, opened his mouth to speak.
彼女の言う通りにするのがよろしいかと。
でも
響は情緒が不安定な幽霊ですから、彼が信頼する人、彼女に任せた方がいい。
Yeah, I'm
ユイさん、
trustworthy.
一任していただけますね。
After being silent for some time, Yui eventually raised her face.
わかりました。よろしくお願いします。
Though her reply was short, it was enough to tell me how she was feeling. Thank you. Carrie, what game are you playing? Well then, I think we'd better get going.
ああ、何かあったらいつでも声をかけてくれ。
Thank you. I opened the door to leave the nurse's office, and Hibiki followed close behind me. This is okay, right? At least for the time being, I think it's best to keep Yui and Hibiki apart from each other. After leaving the nurse's office and walking a short distance, Hibiki stopped.
ありがとうございます。間に入ってもらえて 本当に助かりました。
Let's see, doing some Warframe, but you're about to hop over to Cyberpunk. Nice. You've never finished it before, so you're having fun with it. Awesome. Yay.
とっさのことだったので、なんて答えればいいかわからなくて、また迷惑かけちゃいましたね。
You don't have to worry about that. Given the situation, it couldn't be helped.
違います。僕が弱い人間だから。あなたみたいに僕も心が強ければよかったな。
The sincerity with which he spoke filled my heart with pain. I'm not strong. If anything, it's just the illusion of strength. Suddenly, I felt his hand touch my arm.
何かあったんですか？さっき目覚めた時と同じ顔をしているから。
Carrie, thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate that. Yay! Thank you, thank you. Yes, I've only just become affiliate recently, so I appreciate y'all subbing me. Oh no, I'm making Hibiki worry about me again. I see. Well, like I said, I very much appreciate it, so. Yay! And yeah, now you don't have ads, and you got a bunch of emojis. Emoticons. Knowing I shouldn't increase his worries, I quickly put on a smile for him. Oh no, it's nothing. What is it?
無理して笑ってるのわかりますよ。僕はそれをする名人だったから。
Ooh, that is a very perceptive person. And I think that's a classy way for him to say it too. It's just like, I know what that is.
僕は子供の頃、友達作りに失敗しちゃったことがあって。両親ともに元気だった頃なので、家族といる時は良かったんですが、それ以外はいつも一人でした。
The calm, composed nature in which he spoke told me he gave up on ever making friends.
家族といる時は愛されて何よりも優先されるのに、子供たちの中では徹底的に無視される。その事実が受け入れられなくて辛くて、家でも知らず知らずのうちに顔に出ていたみたいで、両親に気づかれちゃったんです。
Hibiki, unfortunately, this skill is not nearly as useful for ghost poker as I hoped it would be. Yeah.
その時、幼心にすごく恥ずかしいと思いました。二人に申し訳ないとも思って。
I too had been holding back from telling my mother how I really felt. I wanted to make my mother happy, and so I always tried to be a good kid for her.
それ以来、二人の前では笑っていなきゃって、作り笑顔の練習をしていたんです。だから、その表情は見慣れています。
I see.
はい。両親のことは大好きだったけど、僕が笑ってないと悲しませちゃうから、時々、それが重たいなって感じたりもあって。
That all sounds a little bit like what I've been going through. In order to live up to my mother's expectations of me, I was always studying so hard. I had to go to Seigen. I had to become a doctor. I love my mother, and getting good grades always makes her smile, so I thought I had to keep making her smile. But I wanted to follow my own path. Ever since I started thinking that way, I found my mother's expectations of me to be suffocating.
お願いします。無理しないでください。
If I couldn't pretend to be okay in front of him, what should I do? What had gotten into him? Could I talk to him about my problem? But it doesn't seem fair to complain given the hard life he lived. Talk to him! I mean, yeah, you don't have to like one up each other. That it's like, well, I also listen to people get murdered. Talk to him. Always the right answer. Mostly always. Okay, maybe not always, but very often. But Hibiki, then why are you smiling? Perhaps it would hurt Hibiki's feelings. Still, I want to ask him, for my own sake and for Hibiki's. Hibiki's eyes widened a bit, but after a short while, a smile spread across his face. Like a Cheshire cat, one of those evil, big toothy grins. Never play misery poker. No one ever wins when you do. Yeah, I don't know if I told y'all, but I went to a friend's like birthday party, and like some of her people I did not know, they were her friends. They started having this like big old like, medical one-up kind of thing, and it was like, this is not party talk. and that's not to say like. It's not that I'm unempathic. If somebody felt compelled to share something like that, I'm not knocking that. But like when it started to become this like weird contest, it got real weird. Yeah. The delicious sound of suffering. Yes.
そうですね。でも、死んでからこう思ったんです。本当の自分を見てもらえばよかったかなって。心配かけないようにと思ってしたはずですけど、結局は一番大切な人たちに上辺だけの嘘をついていたことになるから。
Lying to the people you care about most. Those words sunk deeply into my heart.
悩みを正直に打ち明けていたら何か違っていたのかもしれない。僕、後悔しちゃっているんです。
Honest about your problems, huh?
はい。思っていることをありのまま。もちろん、ちょっと怖いですけどね。
I gotta say, like, I think that for the longest time, I felt like, they're my problems. I gotta figure them out. I definitely carried, like, the burden by myself a lot. And there were times where it's like, it's like, it's like, I'd like to tell, I'd like to talk to this person about this, but, my sister, like, there were times, because my sister's older than me, and so she's got some wisdom, but I think at the time I was just too busy trying to be an adult too, so I didn't want to. I felt like, I don't want to say anything, and looking back, I wish I had, but can't do anything about that now other than like do the things that you want to. So I feel like that was a very big unlock for me, being able to express myself a lot better. I feel like life kind of opened up after that, and I think I still have a good balance. I think some things it's like, yeah, I still need to reflect a little bit myself first, but if I'm stuck on it too long, it's okay to like ask for help or support, or just an ear, versus just like just kind of like I said, holding on to this big old burden, Yeah, self-advocacy is an important skill. Exactly. Like, try and self-regulate a little bit before you just like, just so you're not like trauma dumping and oversharing. Because I do think that there is an oversharing, I think that people who overshare a little too quickly without really knowing somebody very well, that to me is kind of indicative of like a little bit of somebody who probably has a lot of boundary issues. Not always, but very often that is what I've encountered, and so I like I said, and it's not that I don't appreciate people being open, but again, I think having like a level of consent where it's just like, hey, I'm kind of going through this thing, like, do you mind if do you mind if I run something by you? Or are you in the place to like listen? Because sometimes like that is an issue too, that it's just kind of like, I'm going through this really tough, spot, and sometimes the other person is too. And it's not a contest, but it's like, I do not have the spoons, So I get it. But like I said, I feel like life got a lot better when it was just kind of like, why, it's like, I should just say something. It might not change anything, but at least I would have said something, right? And I don't know, I think it created a lot more opportunities that it's like, let's say you don't like something, but it's like, oh, but everybody else likes it. That's not a big deal. I'll deal with it. It's just like, okay, you don't have to like outright like poo-poo on it, but like, what if you were just kind of like, hey, can we also include, it's like, if everybody was like, oh, we always get this type of pizza, it's like, okay, like, awesome. Do you mind if like we also add on this, or every once in a while we try out this? And it's like, it's free to ask. Instead of just offering different opinions or vague hopes, just saying how you really feel, being totally honest, that probably would have been a better way to handle things. You learned in group therapy that people can benefit heavily from just having a person listen to them, even if there's no solution to respond with. Yeah. Yeah.
僕、ちょっぴりでも役に立てましたか?
His response surprised me. Hibiki couldn't possibly know about what's bothering me, right?
ああ、誤解しないでください。あなたの抱えるものが分かっていて話したわけじゃないんです。ただ、なんとなく同じ感じがしたから。
It's like he sees right through me. Hibiki seemed to really know me. And though that made me a little embarrassed, it also made me very happy. Yeah, I think you're right about that.
それなら、よかった。
As he spoke, he lifted his eyes to meet mine, and his face was filled with a bright smile.
あなたには、僕みたいに後悔してほしくないんです。きっと。あなたなら大丈夫。
With that, he took my hand in his.
さあ、もう行きましょう。ここにいて幽霊が来ても危ないです。
The way he pulled my arm while walking, it was as though he was guiding me. Thank you.
お安いご用です。
He muttered softly before turning around with a smile as he spoke. I naturally returned his smile. I should be guiding Hibiki, but instead, he's the one pulling me forward. Yet, I felt my spirits being lifted. The firm hand with which he pulled me felt very comforting. As we approached the staircase landing, Seiya's voice called out from behind us. Did you come chasing after us from the nurse's office?
ええ。どうしてもあなたに確認したいことがあったので。
Huh? With me?
カリファの花は持っていますね。
Yes, Yui gave them to me, and I've kept them with me ever since. When I took the petals out of my pocket, Seiya's expression changed to one of relief.
これをどうぞ。追加分です。
He handed me a small satchel. This bag smells like there are flowers inside too.
カリファの花びらが詰まっています。これを持っていれば、あなたの周りくらいなら少しは空気が浄化されるでしょう。もっと早くに持ってきて差し上げたかったのですが、何分忙しい身でして。
Eats the petals out of your hands, yeah. We just start doing the bridal, like the flower girl that throws the petals for the bride. Thank you very much. I guess that means I can stay here longer. Surely that will make Hibiki happy. Huh? Hibiki turned back to look at us, and I was surprised to see a dull look on his face. What's with him? I thought he'd be happy about this.
それでもあなたは早く帰れるように努力せねばなりません。
Right.
響としては 彼女が少しでも長くそばにいてくれることを願っているのでしょうが、そうもいかないことを忘れてはなりませんよ。
はい。
Does he really want me to stay with him for as long as I can? Judging by the look on his face right now, that sure doesn't seem to be the case. After giving a sideways glance at the now silent Hibiki, Seiya turned his attention back to me.
あなたも決して油断してはなりません。彼の甘い恋心に気づいているのでしょう。
Yo, Seiya! Yo! Calm down. He's just outing everybody. Just like, keep it chill out. Chill out. That's, Bro just has no filter. Yeah. I had no idea how to respond to this blunt question, and instead merely stammered. Seiya's eyes widened in surprise.
これは面倒なことになりましたね。まさかあなた方が相思相愛だったとは。このような状況で恋愛をするなど、なんと羨ましいことか。まあ、吊り橋効果という言葉もありますしね。
Wait a minute. When he said the feeling is mutual, did he mean he thinks Hibiki and I are... I can assure you, Seiya, Hibiki and I don't have that kind of relationship. Oh, we're just friends. Ugh. I don't see him like that. Ugh. He's like a brother to me. Ugh. I'm just kidding. Furnish him. Huh?
そんなに否定されると悲しいです。いえ、でも、そうですよね。
He's just a friend. Not even that, really. We're practically strangers. I don't even know him. What should I say? I mean, I think Hibiki, he's really great. But to say that we're in love, it seems a little too soon to say that. I finally spoke about how I really felt, though it ended up sounding very half-hearted. I hope that doesn't hurt Hibiki's feelings.
なるほど。では、恋愛に発展するのはこれからだと。
What kind of response is that? That's...
今はよく思ってるってことは、そのままさらにいい方へ変化していくかもってことですよね。
Yeah. Sure. Hibiki, who I thought would be upset, instead beamed at me, his eyes filled with hope. Oh my gosh. Bro, it was funny the first 2 times, but please butt out now. Yeah.
響。女心と秋の空と言いますから、あまり真に受けないように。
女性って難しいですね。でも、期待しちゃう心は止められないです。
Guys, I'm right here. I'm right here. They're like, women, right? Am I right? Women can't live with them. Can't. Oh yeah, we're ghosts.
まったく。だからあなたは未熟なのですよ。
You guys know I'm standing right here, right? I can hear everything you're saying. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Fickle? Without thinking, I let out a giant sigh.
おっといけない。私としたことが、このような話をしに来たわけではないのですよ。
Now that I shook up this jar of bees, bye!
響。あなたはどうするつもりですか？あなたの心残りは。
わかっています。
That was weird. Their whole atmosphere just totally changed.
彼女のことは絶対に写し終え帰らせます。何があっても。
Hibiki suddenly spoke very firmly. Seeing him like that, Seiya let out a faint smile.
今日は 頼もしいあなたが見られて感無量でした。無事に彼女を写し終え返せるよう祈っています。
はい。
Seiya quickly turned on his heel and walked away. I get the impression that Seiya knows what Hibiki's regrets are. As for what they could be, it was that he wanted to be happy, right? I always wanted to make out. He definitely said he wanted to be happy.
そろそろ鏡の中に戻ってもいいですか？ここは少し落ち着かなくて。
Ah, right. I feel a lot safer without the other ghosts around here, too. How can I make Hibiki, a ghost, happy? So we went back into the mirror. First things first, I need to ask Hibiki about his lingering regrets. Hibiki?
はい。
You said before that you thought wanting to become happy was your regret, but are you sure that's right? Does Seiya have a bed? I have the sudden urge to defile it out of spite. Not here in this world. He's got his giant business church.
それは。
In response to my direct question, Hibiki's gaze wavered and he looked away from me. Or is it something else?
いえ、合っています。まさか一発で当てられるとは思わなくて。
That was kind of a weird moment there. Is it just my imagination or... Well, in that case, what do you think would make you happy, Hibiki?
幸せ？なんだろう。
I guess that's to be expected. If he knew what happiness was, he wouldn't have spent all this time wandering around Earth as a ghost. If only we could find some kind of hint. Well, what's something you enjoyed doing, Hibiki?
楽しいとき。それは、もちろん。
Hibiki glanced over at me. Just from his nervous movements, I could fully understand his feelings. This is kind of embarrassing. Sorry. When you were alive, what did you enjoy doing?
ああ、ありますよ。この学校にもあるんです。
Spin the bottle. Well then, let's go check it out. Where is it? I pulled on Hibiki's arm, or more accurately, his sleeve, and the two of us began walking.
あ、ちょっと。
We could get his perspective now. Yay. Spin the bottle, and if not, we could play Spin Seiya and hit him with the bottle. The two of us headed for the school library. She'd been pulling on my arm before, but she let go of me. But even still, all I could hear was the sound of our footsteps. This situation would bring me joy no matter how many times I experienced it. When she asked me before what I enjoyed most, the answer was, of course, spending time with her. But as to whether or not she felt the same way about me, she said she wasn't sure.
質問してもいいですか？
Yeah, of course. What is it?
あなたが幸せを感じるのは何をしている時か気になって。
For now, I wanted to know more about her. More and more. I guess I'm happiest when I'm eating something sweet. There's a little place near my house that sells really delicious parfaits. Eating those always makes me happy.
甘いものか。
There's no way it could happen now. But if we had met when we were both alive, I'd have found the best sweet shop. I'd have taken her there and gotten to see her smiling face as she ate. Oh, poor baby. Too bad. If we could have had a date, that would be even more wonderful. If I could have done that, there'd be a chance she'd fall in love with me. At least then I would have had hope. But that was just a dream. I was dead. There was nothing that could change that fact. What's with you all of a sudden?
いえ、何も。
This wasn't the time to be thinking about love. What I needed to be thinking about was how to get her home safely. I have to do it. I have to do it, or... Can't change his status, but he could sure change ours. That's true. That's true. Look, honey, matching set. The place Hibiki took me to was the library.
僕、本が好きなんです。本を読んでいると、その世界に入れるから。だから、ここが一番学校で落ち着く場所で、好きな時間を過ごせる場所。
Change marital status, yes. As he spoke, Hibiki held up a book in his hand and began flicking through the pages. The expression on his face was both lively and happy. Do you have a favorite?
たくさんあるんですけど、どんな種類でも読み手が笑顔になる終わり方が一番好きです。あまり物悲しいものは苦手で、読んだ後に暗くなっちゃうから。
Well, I guess I understand that. I get sad too after reading stories with unhappy endings. If I read stories with a happy end, I'm always left feeling happy too. Happily ever afters and all that.
それ、僕も同じです。ちょっと恥ずかしいんですが、自分に重ねて妄想しちゃう癖があるから、そういう時は楽しくて。
Hibiki's gonna start writing fanfics.
これっていう作品に巡り会えたら、一日のほとんどを空想で終わらせてしまう時もあります。
That sounds like you, Hibiki. Is there one you've read recently that you would recommend?
何冊も思いつくけど、あなたに勧めるなら、あれかな。
Talking amicably like this, I noticed Hibiki's disposition gradually becoming brighter. This is the real Hibiki. Hibiki walked around the bookshelves before taking out a single book.
一番読んでほしいのはこれです。ちょっと逆なので読みづらいですけど。
Ah, that's right. We're in the mirror world, so everything's reversed. Opening up the book, I saw that even the words inside the book were backwards. I can't believe you were able to read like this, Hibiki. That's really impressive. After I blurted the words out, I looked up at Hibiki, who grinned back at me sheepishly.
そうでもないんですよ。慣れるまで随分と時間がかかったから、それだけ時間があったって話です。
Still, you really wanted to read these books that badly?
まあそうですね。苦労してでもどうしても読みたくて。
I wish I felt so strongly about something. All right, I've memorized the title of the book. I'll be sure to pick it up when I get back.
はい、ぜひ。あなたが僕と同じ本を読んでくれるなんてすごく嬉しいです。恐れ多いというか。
Hibiki, you're so uptight. It's okay. You can relax around me.
そんなの無理に決まってます。僕の気持ち分かってますよね。
Ah, I see. Hearing him speak in that slightly dismayed tone reminded me of Hibiki's feelings. I was momentarily taken aback. Sorry.
いえ、僕の方こそ。
Probably best to change the topic. Well, anything else? Fun times or things that made you happy? Memories or... For now, we had to keep looking for things that made Hibiki happy.
思い出か。
He muttered the word and stared off nostalgically.
それなら、あります。とて。
Really? What was it?
それなら、 ここじゃない方がいいかもです。ついてきてください。あなたはこっちに、ここに座ってください。
Sorry, 1 second. I just had to peep over it. Peep over at Mochi. She's just laying on the ground. She's just sleeping. I sat in the chair that Hibiki pulled out for me, and he sat opposite me across the desk. It's weird. It's nice to be sitting across from him like this. I wonder if this is what it would be like if the two of us were classmates. The more I got to know Hibiki, the closer I felt to him. What a gentleman. Yes. Yes. Now he's going to pass a note to me and says, do you like me? Check yes or no. Check yes or yes. I started imagining impossible days with him. An unattainable every day. I shouldn't be thinking about this. As if to shake off my melancholic thoughts, I spoke to him. Hibiki, does your memory have something to do with this classroom?
はい。みんなが帰った後の教室でよくやったんです。
He
こっ
lets
くり
us
さんを。
step on his raincoat to avoid a puddle. Aww. Oh, the spirit board. That's right. In the last one we had with Koharu, they were linked. So here we go. Huh? The words were so outlandish coming from him that I unintentionally froze.
こっくりさんです。知りませんか？
Well, yeah, I've heard of it, but Hibiki, are you into paranormal stuff? That doesn't really seem like you.
そうじゃないんです。僕にとってこっくりさんだけ特別なんです。僕には唯一の友達がいたんです。それがこれ。
Out of the desk, Hibiki pulled a sheet of paper with letters written on it and an old coin. Are those what you need for the spirit board? Hibiki nodded with a smile.
これだけは肌身離さずいつも持っていたんです。だからなのか、亡くなった後も変わらずポケットに入っていて、すごく嬉しかった。
Paranormal stuff? Why on earth would that ever be pertinent to someone like me? You always kept it with you? You mean you've had it ever since you were alive?
はい。幼い頃お母さんがこっくりさんの紙を作ってくれたんです。これで遊びましょう。こっくりさんよってお母さんの声が今でも昨日のことみたいに思い出せます。
Your mom's crazy! Right, child. Here's how you summon spirits.
多分友達がいないことを気にして新しい遊びを教えてくれたんだと思います。その時はあくまでも遊びだったので効果はなしで。
When my mom finished writing all the letters on the paper, she placed her fingers on it. Then I put my little hand on the back of hers.
響に聞きます。明日のお天気は晴れですか？
My mother would ask me that, and I'd think about it for a while before moving her hand. In other words, I was playing the role of the spirit on the spirit board. Then one time I asked my mother why the game was called spirit board instead of hand board or something like that. That's when she told me.
本当は響じゃなくてこっくりさんに聞くからよ。
And on the back of the paper, I wrote the "Do you like me?" question and sent it to a girl as a paper airplane. A Pokemon chain. Chain letter. Hug chain. That's when she showed me how to actually use the spirit board.
その遊びがとても楽しかったのをずっと覚えていて、両親がいなくなって一人ぼっちになってからお父さんが渡してくれていた硬貨で実際にやったんです。 もちろん今のように教室で。今と違うのは一人で行ったことくらいかな。何度も何度もこっくりさんをやっては彼を呼び出して。
Wait a second. What do you mean, him?
びっくりするかもしれませんが、本当にこっくりさんはいるんです。実際僕は何度も彼を呼んでいました。
No way. He's kind of my boyfriend. There was no way I could say I couldn't believe it. I've seen ghosts and met the Grand Warder of Hell. I guess the idea of a spirit in the board doesn't seem too crazy.
でもあることがきっかけで呼び出さないって決めてからは一度も会っていません。
I promise not to cheat on you with this spirit. is Hibiki saying that, or am I saying that? Hibiki spoke with an incredibly lonely expression. I realized I shouldn't press the matter. Are you all right? You just look so lonely. I was worried about you.
また会いたいからかもです。でももう会ったらいけないから。
Nah, do it. Then Hibiki smiled warmly at me.
こっくりさんと遊んでいる時が本当に楽しかったんです。人間じゃなくても間違いなく僕の友達だったから。最後彼が言ってくれた言葉は今も胸の中に残っています。すごく大事な思い出なんです。
So not only could you see him, you could actually hear the voice of the spirit too.
最後だけ特別でした。姿が見えて声が聞こえて、強くなれ、お前ならそうなれる、なんたって俺の保証付きなんだからな。
Ooh. That didn't age well, I suppose. Just kidding, just kidding.
そう言ってくれたんです。
Now that he mentioned it, Hibiki was always saying that he needed to become stronger. Was that because of what the spirit told him? Whether it was his parents or the spirit, Hibiki truly cherished the words of the people around him. What's happening? Okay. I'm trying to... I don't remember how to access the glossary. This one? No. Alright, well I'll just never know. Is it D-pad? Oh, it okay. Duh. Hibiki and the spirit board. The spirit board is a famous aspect of the occult. For Hibiki, the spirit was special. He still carries the tools needed to perform the ritual. I felt touched at how their words and actions had shaped him into the person he was.
今はあなたの言葉も胸の中にあります。
Huh? My words? That makes me a little happy. What words?
ここにいるみんなのおかげで強くなれましたっていう言葉。それって僕も含まれてるんですよね。
Of course it does.
ありがとうございます。そう言ってもらえたのがすごく嬉しくて、僕も少なからず役に立てていたんだなってすごく勇気づけられました。
Well, hearing you think that way, it makes me super happy too. We exchanged smiles from opposite sides of the desk.
そんなあなただから一緒にいると心が穏やかになるし元気になれるんです。
Yeah, me too. If it wasn't for Hibiki, I don't know what would have happened to me. No doubt, I'd been saved by him.
でもドキドキして仕方ない時もあるんですけどね。悪い意味じゃなくて、 心地いいって意味で。
Though he seemed rather passive at first, he could at times be quite bold. Don't just stand there, kiss him. I don't think we can. Because we run the risk of, like, skinship with ghosts is a dangerous endeavor. When he said that to me, What do you mean when you say you like me? I don't mind that. When you say you like me, what do you mean by that? Did he like me as a person? Or as a member of the opposite sex? The truth is, I'm not even sure I know what I'm asking. But still, I wanted to know. What did Hibiki mean when he said he liked me?
それって、僕に興味を持ってくれてるんですか？
I was so embarrassed, I couldn't respond and merely looked down instead.
そんな反応されると、あなたに触れたくなってしまいます。
Oh no, he turned it around on us. You do the thing I remember, like, elementary school kids would do with it because they didn't want to, like, kiss, so they'd, like, put their hands over their own mouths, but then, like, kiss through their own hands. It was kind of weird, but I saw it. I seen it. When I first met him, I was scared when he approached me, but not anymore. An indirect kiss, yes. Hibiki's hand grew closer to the hand I had laid on the desk.
僕の前で、あまり期待させるような反応はしないでくださいね。
Would he touch me? Would he not? He stopped just before he touched me.
というか、期待はしていないんですけど。
With a sad smile, he put his pale blue hand away from mine. This pain in my heart. Coward. Oh. Was proof that I really cared about him.
思い当たることというか、楽しかった思い出は、これでおしまいです。
As if to change the mood, he spoke up.
ありきたりかもしれませんが、何でもない普段の生活が、僕には幸せだったなって思います。でも今は、そう思えないというか、それだったら、きっととっくに成仏していますから。
No worries, Carrie. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. Yeah, no, your body tells you what it needs. So if you got hit by a wave of EPU, take care of what you need to, rest well, and we'll hope to see you again soon. Bye, Carrie. Yeah, that certainly seems right. If Hibiki just continued to live as he was now, surely he wouldn't be able to cross over. What should we do?
ごめんなさい。こんなことに巻き込んで。
What do you mean, wrapped up?
もし、あなたの思い一つで、彼岸花の色を消せたのだとしたら、思い直してもいいんです。そうしてください。僕はあなたが無事に移し終え帰れるのが、何よりも幸せだから。
Before I felt like he didn't want me to go home, though. He really wants me to be able to return home from the bottom of his heart? Feeling that warmth emanating from him, I couldn't help but feel happy. And yet, I'm okay, really. With the flowers I got from Seiya, I can stay here a little longer.
でも、
In the same way that you care about me, Hibiki, I care about you too. I interrupted him and told him this. Maybe this is me being selfish, but this is something I want to do. So please, don't worry so much about me. I thought his little confession though was very it's like please don't please don't give me anything like false hope, you know? It's like, oh. He's really hoping, you know? It's very sweet. I wasn't just saying that to ease Hibiki's fears. That's how I really feel. If I returned to my world, I'd only worry about him. I didn't want to leave him alone. I wanted him to be happy.
あなたが手伝うと言ってくれたことだけで、とても嬉しかったんです。あの時は感情を止められなくて、手伝ってもらうことにしてしまったけど。でも、もういいんです。
What does he mean? It's okay now.
あなたのおかげで、一時でも心が晴れたのは確かですから。それだけで僕には、十分すぎるくらいなんです。だから、お願いです。考えを改めてください。
You say that, but...
お願いです。あなたがまた倒れたら、そう思うと怖いんです。
Oh. Is that the reason Hibiki wants me to go home so badly? He was indeed very worried about me when I collapsed. In that case, how about we head to the nurse's office so I can rest a bit? I want to stay by your side a little longer, so this time, how about I rest before I get too tired and collapse? I bet saying this and taking more frequent rests will put him at ease. His expression remained dark, but I ignored him and stood up. So come on, let's go. If you don't come along, I'll just go without you. No. I was sure that he'd stand up and come with me, but he just kept sitting there, showing no desire to move. I began walking the halls by myself. I can't believe he didn't come along. After that, I waited for a little while, but let's pull the chairs out of place to mess with Seiya. Hibiki never came. What the heck, man? Leaving me hanging. I began to think about her alone in the classroom. I thought about the regrets I needed to address if I was going to cross over.
嘘。ついちゃったな。
My regrets? They wouldn't go away, not for a while at least. Without a doubt. Perhaps I should have told her about my regrets?
ダメだ。それは絶対にできない。
Do it! She had stayed here for me, no doubt. She was worried about me. And if I told her, it would worry her to no end. Better for her to just think I'd found a way to be happy. I considered doing something that would cause her not to care about helping me anymore. But could I do that? Could I do something that would hurt her? I hate that too. I hate when it's like, oh, the only way to help them is to like hurt them. It's like, no, you could also communicate. There's so many shows and stories that go that way where it's just like, oh, you know, like, you know, somebody is exploiting a weakness and it's frustrating. It's frustrating. I absolutely had to. For her sake, I had to. Peering into my despair, I couldn't help but laugh.
辛いな。
Guess I'm gonna murder her now. Yeah, communicate, you fools. Exactly. I knew nobody could hear me, but I muttered the words with a wicked smile on my face. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. All right. I guess that's that. Save. Save. Good game hygiene. Save. Goodness. Well. He looks like he's about to drop a sick beat. Yeah. It did look like that. It's true. All right. Well, thank y'all so much for hanging out with me while I while I played. Let's see. Let's see. My next stream is tomorrow on Iriam. I will be doing Steady Buddies Japanese, so I'll hope to see y'all then. For now, let me see. Oh, hold on. Oh, I got my. don't. Now, I pulled open my Twitch so I could see who else was streaming. We could go raid them, but then it started playing, and that's not what I wanted. Mute. Here we go. Let's see. Blah, 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 blah. I guess we don't have to raid. It's totally fine. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No problem, Green Yoshi. Thank you for the lurk. I appreciate it. Yeah. Thank you so much, Surrounded by Perverts. Okay. Well, with that, we'll just go ahead and close out then. Yeah, y'all have a great rest of your night, and I'll hope to see you again soon. Okay. Bye.